Module 4 Isolated Faults Part 2.
So next up we have a double line to ground fault on an unloaded generator. So as you can see the circuit diagram here, we have a unloaded star connected alternator which is grounded through a reactance Zn, and the fault here is taking place in phases B and C. You can see that B and C, they are shorted and it is directly grounded. So here let us consider all the terminal conditions. So IA, obviously it is open, therefore it becomes equal to 0. If you see the current analysis over here, IB plus IC will be your total fault current IF, and because of this voltage across phase B and C becomes equal to 0. So we have taken the terminal conditions. VB is equal to 0, VC is equal to 0 and IA is equal to 0. Coming to the symmetrical component relations, next obviously we have to find all the sequence voltages and sequence current. So first one, VA naught. So we have to apply the equation 1 by 3 of VA plus VB plus VC. So from the terminal condition, substitute all the values, you get 1 by 3 times of VA. Similarly find VA1 and VA2. So from these you can observe that VA naught is equal to VA1 is equal to VA2. Now coming to the sequence current, we have the relation IA is equal to 0. So obviously we know IA is equal to IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2. But we know IA is equal to 0. Therefore, IA naught plus IA1 plus IA2 is equal to 0. Now according to the equations which we have got, that is 5.29 and 5.30, these two equations indicate that sequence network should be connected in parallel. Okay, we have seen line to ground fault, right? In that there was a vice versa situation where we had to connect all in series, but here we have to connect it in parallel. So look at the interconnections of sequence network. We have represented the positive sequence component along with the EMF source EA1, negative sequence with just a reactance Z2, and zero sequence since the neutral is grounded through a reactance Zn, we have added 3 times Zn along with Zg0. Coming to sequence quantities, we know from the star equation that VA1 is equal to EA minus IA1 Z1. But since all the sequence voltages are equal, we can take VA1 is equal to VA2 is equal to VA0 is EA minus IA1 into Z1. Now what about IA1? IA1 is equal to EA by Z1 plus Z2 parallel with Z0. And IA2 is equal to, see here, IA1, it should have been in opposite direction, so we have taken it as negative, minus IA1. So actually basically here we are applying the current division formula and we have got all the sequence currents. Next we have to find the fault current. So fault current IF, we know it is equal to IB plus IC. Again we will substitute what is IB and what is IC as we know the equation. So what we have further done is, in the next equation we have taken IA1 common out and IA2 common out, and A plus A square is there, no? That is substituted as minus 1. This we know from the A operator. So finally equation we will get 2 times IA naught minus sum of IA1 plus IA2. But if you see the figure 5.7 again, we get IA1 plus IA2 is equal to IA naught. So again this relation we can substitute and get the final equation for the fault current. Okay, now if you see here, Z0 comes into picture in the final equation. When Z0 comes in picture, we should see the effect when the neutral is not being grounded. So let's see what happens if neutral is not grounded. So we have Z0 is equal to Zg0 plus 3 times of Zn. So when it is not grounded, Zn becomes infinity. So the overall equation becomes infinity. Now fault current, if you substitute Z0 as infinity, you get If is equal to 0. So what we can say from this is, if the neutral is not grounded in a double line to ground fault, fault current in the system becomes 0. Coming to the last type, three-phase fault. Here the fault is present in all the three phases A, B and C. So all the three phases are shorted. So from the figure itself we can observe the terminal conditions as the sum of current IA plus IB plus IC will be 0. Therefore, all the voltages across each of the phases A, B and C will be equal. Now, symmetrical component relation. Before the analysis, we will take IA as reference and we get IB is equal to A square into IA and IC is equal to A into IA. Because here the fault current, even if they are equal, they get displaced by 120 degree, right? So we get this relation and using this relation we got IA1 as IA, IA2 as 0 and IA0 as 0 as shown in equation 5.39, 5.40 and 5.41. But the major thing you can notice over here is negative and zero sequence current are absent, means they are equal to 0. Only you have positive sequence current, and that positive sequence current IA1 is equal to IA. Coming to the voltage relation, VA1 is equal to 1 by 3 times of VA plus A into VB plus A square into VC. But we know all this VB and VC is equal to VA from the relation 5.38. So we can again substitute them, from which we get VA by 3 into 1 plus A square, which is again equal to 0 from the A operator relation. So similarly, VA0 is equal to VA2 is also equal to 0. Now coming to the star equation, we have VA1 is equal to EA minus IA1 into Z1. So VA1 we have got is equal to 0, which is nothing but EA minus IA into Z1. We want IA, and one more thing I'll tell you, VA1 is equal to EA minus IA1 Z1. In the next equation, we have written IA1 as IA because from 5.39 relation, we know they are equal. So finally, we get IA is equal to EA by Z1. And the interconnection of sequence network when considering all these relation is as shown in figure 5.9. Here you can observe one thing, that we are showing only positive sequence component. As you can see, there is only a EMF source and reactance. We are not considering negative and zero sequence component, as IA2 and IA0 are 0. Okay. So fault current, anyways, here the neutral does not affect, like if it is not grounded, it does not have an impact of the fault current. And the total magnitude of fault current in case of symmetrical fault is IF is equal to IA is equal to IB is equal to IC. And here we know the relation IA is equal to IA1 and IF is equal to IA1. But grounding or whether it's not grounded does not have impact of the fault current. So next topic is faults through impedance. So here we also have to include a impedance between the faulted points. Okay, in this situation also analysis is carried in a similar way as we have discussed in the previous section, but the fault impedance is included at appropriate points. Now first one is single line to ground fault on an unloaded generator through a fault impedance. So as you can see in the diagram 5.10, we have also included an impedance ZF. Coming to the terminal conditions, if you consider before fault, IA will be 0, IB will be 0, IC will be 0. All voltages VA, VB, VC will be balanced. But after fault, IB is still open is equal to 0, IC is still 0. But what about IA? IA will carry some current which can be analyzed by VA by ZF. So we have VA is equal to IA into ZF, IB 0, IC 0 as the terminal conditions. Again, next we will calculate the symmetrical component relation. In that first we will calculate all the sequence current, and from equation 5.48 we can see that all sequence current are equal. Now from the relation VA is equal to IA into ZF from 5.45 we get, so we know VA0 plus VA1 plus VA2 is VA. VA is IA into ZF. So we will substitute that IA into ZF. Now again IA we know is equal to what? 3 times of IA1 or 3 times of IA2 or 3 times of IA0. So we get the equation 5.49. So from these equations, that is 5.48 and 5.49, it suggests a series connection of sequence network like the previous one itself, but here through an impedance 3 into ZF. So interconnection of sequence network is same like the previous one, but figure also is having a included impedance 3 times ZF shown. Now we will analyze the sequence quantities. IA0 is equal to IA1 is equal to IA2. So the total voltage EA by the sum of all the impedances gives 5.50. Next we will see what is VA1. From star equation we have EA minus IA1 into Z1. Let us substitute IA1 from 5.50. Means here you have to take LCM and solve it. Take EA as common and solve. Next we have VA2 and VA0 solved in the similar manner. Okay, and next we have fault current. So fault current IF is nothing but IA, and IA we know it is equal to 3 into IA0 from equation 5.48, and again IA0 we will substitute from 5.50, and overall fault current IF is equal to 3 times EA by Z1 plus Z2 plus Z0 plus 3 ZF. Now whenever Z0 is present, you have to see the effect of the neutral. Means what happens if the neutral is not grounded. So we have equation Z0 is equal to Zg0 plus 3Zn. So when the neutral is not grounded, 3 into Zn becomes infinity. So Z0 becomes infinity. When Z0 becomes infinity, fault current IF becomes 0. Okay. Again under the same topic, we will analyze a line to line fault through a fault impedance. Here also, to get the terminal conditions, see before fault IA will be 0, IB will be 0, IC will be 0, but after fault, if you consider fault current IF will be equal to IC, then we know IC is equal to minus IB, that is 5.56 equation, and therefore we can calculate the voltage across phase B as equation 5.57, VB is equal to VC plus IB into the fault impedance ZF. Again same like the previous part, calculating the symmetrical component relation. Just observe here IA0 is 0, means 0 sequence current is 0. IA1 is 1 by 3 times A minus A square into IB, and IA2 is 1 by 3 times A square minus A into IB. So what we can say here is IA1 is equal to minus IA2. Coming to the sequence voltages, VA1 we have VA2 equation. If you subtract these two, VA1 minus VA2, okay, and from this, that is we are getting IA1 into ZF as a final equation. So just look at equation 5.60 and 5.61. It suggests that we have to have a parallel connection of positive and negative sequence network during the interconnection through a series impedance of ZF, and the zero sequence network you have to draw separately, same like what we have discussed earlier, but you have to include a impedance ZF. Sequence quantities analysis, IA1 is equal to minus IA2 from equation 5.59, and if you observe the circuit diagram, it's obtained by the total voltage EA by the sum of all the impedances. We know IA0 and VA0, they are equal to 0, whereas VA1 from star equation, we can substitute IA1 and get 5.64. Similarly, find VA2. Analysis of fault current is very important. IF, it can be either you can take it as IB or you can take it as IC, because fault current is equal to current in phase B or current in phase C, any of these. So if you take IB, we get IA0 plus A square into IA1 plus A into IA2, and finally you get IA2 is nothing but minus IA1. You have substituted that and you are getting A square minus A into IA1, and A square minus A from the A operator, we know it's equal to minus J root 3, that we have substituted. But while taking the magnitude of fault current IF, we get just root 3 into IA1, and again from the equation 5.62 we have substituted IA1. But see the final equation 5.66, you don't have Z0, therefore whether the neutral is grounded or not grounded, it does not affect here the fault current. And finally, here again we'll see a double line to ground fault through a fault impedance. Here the fault appears to be in phases B and C because they are shorted, and the total fault current after a fault occurring will be IB plus IC. So we get the terminal conditions from this as IA is still open, which is 0, IB is nothing but here it should be VB, okay. VB is IB plus IC into ZF, and VC is IB plus IC into ZF. Coming to symmetrical component relations, VA1, VA2 and VA0, just substitute all the terminal conditions and get the value. From this we can infer that VA1 is equal to VA2, and VA0 minus VA2 becomes therefore 1 by 3 times of 3 VB, which is nothing but again VB, and VB from the equation 5.68 is IB plus IC into ZF. Again IB plus IC is what? 3 times of IA0. This again in the expression of fault current, the verification is being given. There we'll see. So VA0 is equal to, therefore VA2 means we are modifying equation 5.70. VA0 is equal to VA2 plus 3 times IA0 into ZF. And the condition IA is equal to 0, which we have proved, gives IA0 plus IA1 plus IA2 is 0, because sum of all the sequence current is IA. So IA is 0, therefore all the sum of a sequence current is also 0. So now again it suggests a parallel connection as we have seen previously, but including a fault impedance 3 times ZF. Calculating all the sequence quantities, IA1 is nothing but the total EMF EA by Z1 plus the parallel combination of the other two impedances along with the fault impedance ZF now. And then you have IA2 from the current division formula and IA0 also from the current division formula. Now fault current IF is therefore IB plus IC from the diagram which we have seen. IB and IC in terms of sequence component you can just substitute them, and after all simplification we get equal to 3 times IA0. Okay, that's why we have written IB plus IC is equal to 3 IA0 when we simplified the equation 5.70. So IF we get is equal to minus 3 IA1 into, why IA1 into IA0, no, we have taken from 5.75 and substituted. If you see the final equation for fault current IF, Z0 is present, therefore the effect of the neutral grounding comes. So if the neutral is not grounded, your impedance Zn becomes infinity. So therefore Z0 also becomes infinity and fault currents become equal to 0.